today's project, we are going to create a Keith Haring abstract drawing. First, what we're going to do is write our name on the top of the page, class code. So if I put 2A, if you are in 2A, you put 2A. If you're in 2B, C, D, or E, or on the top next to your name, the paper is going to be horizontal. Flip it over, and let's get started with step one. So step one is to draw the head with an attached arm. I have some circles here. I'm going to show you which size circle for the head would be fine. So let's go with a small circle. You're going to draw a small circle that just, actually no, let's go with this circle because it's a little bit bigger. Okay, actually let's go here because we want to make it as, not too big, but big enough. I'm only going to draw a half circle. So I want you to draw a half circle, a medium-sized circle. And I have a ruler. If you have a ruler at home, you can use a ruler. And for the head, I'm going to bring the lines down just a little bit. And now I'm going to draw the attached arm. So I'm going to take a little horizontal line. And then attached to that is a diagonal line. And another diagonal line. Oops. Make sure that lines are connected. Then you're going to draw a circle with now these lines are going to be parallel. Parallel means that they are same lines but far apart. And see, I didn't draw it all the way on top because we want the line, let's make this a little bit more even. Draw it down. Now this is for step number 2, which is continue the body and legs. So we're going to do the legs now. And the legs are going to be zigzag lines. Zigzag lines down. And then we're going to make it another zigzag line going down and a diagonal line going up. Now that is for the person number 1. Now for number 3, we're going to draw another head, so the same size, and we're going to go next, not a little bit far away, same size, and I'm going to draw it halfway. And point down, so I'm making it a little bit more down. And now for this head, we're going to start off with the arm on the left side, going this way. That's the left side. I'm going to draw a diagonal line, stop, And then we're going to draw another diagonal line going down. Then we're going to make our arm going this way, curved this way. And then everything is now is parallel. Meaning that the lines are the same. They're separated. Now I'm going to stop right here, and I'm going to draw now the body. Now this part is curved. So now our body is going to be curved. Stop. Zig. Zigzag. And another zigzag on the right. So see that that on both sides, the figures are the same. Now, for step 5, we're going to draw the remaining arms. So, this is going to be up here. We're going to start this line going up to the face, and we're going to parallel and so for this person, parallel up, so it's giving the other figure a hug. And see, now I'm not using my ruler anymore, so that's why you don't have to use the ruler. It's just a suggestion. And curve line. So line curved, and then 2 parallel lines. Now that has been drawn, I'm going to draw a horizontal line below their knees. So this is the floor, and then I'm going to draw little lines for movement. So in art, line shows movement. So they are hugging each other. That's a movement that they're showing. Now I'm going to outline the portrait with black marker. If you don't have black marker, you use black colored pencil, crayon. And if you don't have black, you can use gray, brown, blue, or purple. And I'm going to make my lines really thick because Keith Haring made his lines very thick so that when people rode the subway, they were able to see his artwork from afar and from the moving train. And see, I made my horizontal line thick. I'm going to make these lines really thick. That's what you want to do. You want to make the lines extremely thick. I'm making them into some rectangles. Now you don't have to do that. You could just go like this and just keep going over the line. That's one way to do it. Or you can make rectangles, and that's another way to do it. Okay. Now that the lines are done, next step is to outline the figures. And like I said, the lines are going to be really thick. So I'm going over it a couple of times. So I'm just going back and forth. And now I'm going to do the other figure off camera, and then we'll get coloring. So now that the abstract drawing is outlined, I'm going to add some black dots on the floor. And I'm not adding too many, I'm just adding a couple. Okay, now for the floor, I'm going to choose pink. You can choose any color you like, or you can copy what Miss Romeo is doing. So I'm choosing pink. You might not have pink, so you probably want to do a different color. Now, Keith Haring used lots of bright colors for his artwork. And I'm going to finish. And then I'm doing the other side. So once you have the floor finished, then you're going to choose 2 colors for each person. So I'm going to choose red for this person on the right. And I'm going to color the whole person red. So I'm going to finish this off camera. So I finished coloring the 2 figures, one red, one blue. And now I'm going to color the background using yellow-green. You can use any color green that you would like for the background. Now for the background, what you're going to do is you're going to outline section by section. And see, I'm outlining inside of the shape first. Now, see, I'm coloring inside of this section, and I'm going to color inside of this section. And by outlining first, it is easier to color inside without showing any visible white spots. So it's piece by piece. And see, I'm going back and forth with my crayon. That is what I'm doing, just going back and forth with the crayon. And see, that is better on the background. And now, for the rest of the background, I'm gonna do this section first. So I'm just breaking up my sections so you can easily color one thing at a time. That's how you color, by coloring one section at a time. And now I'm just moving my crayon up and down. So I'm showing you a different technique. Instead of just going side to side, you can also go up and down. And I'm just peeling off my crayon just to get more crayon. Okay. Now I have more of the crayon showing. I'm able to do this section down here. And see, I'm outlining the part first. Then I'm going in back and forth sideways. Or you can go up and down. And now the top half is already colored. So by breaking it down into sections, the color is going to show more, and there's not going to be any visible white spots. Just by doing it per section. So now that half side, now we're going to move up. And now we're going to go back and forth. And now I'm going to use another, just peel off the paper so I can get more crayon. I'm now going to make a triangle shape here. And see, now I have 3 different sections. So I'm gonna color this section where the hand is hugging the other figure. And now I just have this section on the left and that section on the right. And just by coloring the sections, that is perfectly colored. What I mean by white spots is that I see a lot of white areas in the background. Like sometimes you get a little bit of white here, which is okay. But if I did this, that's a lot of white spots. So you want to make sure that you're holding the paper down and you're really getting in there and coloring that background. Because we want to have like a wallpaper, like a wall. So in your house, you have different walls. If you take a picture against the wall that's green, it's just a green background. There's no white unless there are marks or lines, just like in the picture, and obviously we colored those black. And just by doing it in sections, it was easier for me to color the backgrounds. Because a lot of the figure on the outside had a lot of shapes being colored in. And this is what the Keith Haring inspired drawing should look like. So you have the light colors contrast with the 2 dark colors for the figure.